So another partisan hack is exposed. I love my Twitter fam. Y'all really stay on it. And I really got to give a huge shout out to Nicole. Nicole does a lot of great research for Tulsi, and she also spends a lot of the time on social media correcting the record. And this is just the most recent example of another Tulsi hater, but they only hate her because she's against the Democratic establishment. And once again, I don't think it should be lost on anybody to remember that Tulsi was once the anointed one. I guarantee if we probably would look even deeper, this same exact person would be celebrating Tulsi 5-6 years ago. That's what I find interesting. So let's check out these screenshots from Twitter real quick. So Nicole had this to say: blue check Twitter when Tulsi opposes impeachment. Republican, Russian asset, boosting Trump. Blue check Twitter when Pelosi opposes impeachment. Such wisdom, such admiration. Wow. Now, where did she get this idea from? So connected to her tweet, Miss Charlotte Chimer. A lot of you all are actually familiar with this character. She goes around a lot, basically finding whatever Tulsi post she can find and smacking her down with the most absurd tweets. And it usually almost always involves Tulsi being a Republican. Like, that's her go-to all the time. Once again, which is ironic considering that Tulsi was about to be quote unquote anointed the queen of the Democratic Party before she decided to endorse Bernie instead. So this is what Charlotte had to say about the impeachment process when Nancy Pelosi basically had the exact same position as Tulsi Gabbard. I've been watching the fervor over her impeachment remarks, and all I can think is that Nancy Pelosi is a strong candidate for the greatest political mind of our time. She's so damn brilliant at this, so quietly sharp, that all you can do is sit back and admire the process. Wow, some glowing words. And you can replace Nancy Pelosi with Tulsi Gabbard, and that's probably true. Now let's see what she had to say when, funny enough, in a rare case, Tulsi and Nancy Pelosi actually had the same position. And I've said this time and time again, that's because Nancy Pelosi ain't no fool. She is about keeping her job. She loves being Speaker of the House. She loves being the like just the face of the Democratic Party, the face of Democratic leadership. And she knows, like, they've made some mistakes, but hey, partially Pelosi is what I'm sure she would take responsibility for the House turning back blue again. Like, I'm sure she's taking responsibility for that. And maybe, to her credit, maybe there is some truth to that. I don't know. But I do know that Nancy Pelosi is very aware that Democrats will lose the White House and lose the legislature again if they try and impeach Trump. And she has been saying this since 2017. So let's look what Charlotte had to say about Tulsi. Charlotte Chimer said, people are criticizing Tulsi Gabbard for this, regarding her response to impeachment, saying that we should not impeach him because basically it will divide the country and basically hand Trump the White House again. But she goes on to say, but so far, this is the most nuanced I've heard any Republican sound on impeachment. Good on her. Y'all see her name? C.M. Clymer. Go follow her. Go make her famous, please. Appreciate it. Go make her famous. But in all seriousness, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're really. So basically, you're exposing that it's not about, once again, it's never been about Trump or upholding the rule of law. That's not what this impeachment is about. It's political. It's about boosting the names you need to when we're talking about impeachment or any political move like this. Whether it be boosting Nancy Pelosi's name for giving a common sense response, or boosting some other Democrat's name for, just viciously going after Trump on impeachment, which I'm sure she's done as well. But when literally Tulsi and Nancy Pelosi say almost, once again, surprisingly enough, the exact same thing, rare case, rare occasion, but it's happened nonetheless, Charlotte Clymer exposes herself. And the tweet about Nancy Pelosi was just in March. This wasn't even 2 years ago. This was a few months ago. Now, here's what's ironic about this really quick before we go. Charlotte Clymer is a member of the LGBTQ community. Specifically, she is a member of the transgender community. And to add insult to injury, she's actually a damn veteran. So what does she do? She decides to attack the person in the House of Representatives that was running for president, who actually, and you can look this up, has the best record on LGBTQ issues. The best. I'm not just talking about 100% voting record. I'm talking about authoring a bill to make all members of the LGBTQ community a protected class under the Civil Rights Act. So that when it comes to employment, when it comes to housing laws, fair housing laws, and anything of the sort, the LGBTQ community will get treated like any other minority, and they are guaranteed the same rights as any other minority or marginalized group of people. That's Tulsi. And mind you, this isn't small potatoes. It isn't irrelevant, because right now Trump is literally in a battle with the courts to try and make it so that that businesses can discriminate based off of your gender, or sexual orientation, or merely being a member of the LGBTQ community in whatever form that may be. That's like happening right now. Tulsi's bill that got passed is largely what is standing in the way of Trump achieving what he wants to achieve in that regard, trying to allow owners to discriminate based off of discriminate against members of the LGBTQ community. That's Tulsi's bill. This person is a veteran like Tulsi, and is a member of the LGBTQ community, which no other presidential candidate has fought harder for in their tenure in the legislature. Hey man, look, they just keep exposing themselves, quite honestly. But I don't think anybody's surprised anymore, right? It's just kind of how the game goes. I would love to know what your thoughts are about this. Leave a like in the comment below, and always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like that segment of Mikasa Sukasa. Also, you can help us upgrade the studio and take this show on the road to cover the on-the-ground politics that you love by clicking on that GoFundMe link in the description and donating literally anything. Anything helps. Also, you can follow us on Rockfin, on Twitter, and on Facebook as well. And hey, more than anything else, people, always remember, find your balance.